Money do you need to the end of the day? And when I mean end of the day, unfortunately, the word is dead. There's calculators out there that are just unbelievable. Unbelievable because they have hundreds of years of data behind them. And more importantly, the last 100 years. History repeats. Stock markets will crash. Stock markets will surge. Everything's going to happen in cycles. But the next big question is, how much is it going to last me? Am I going to have enough money till the age 90, 95, 100? Do I have enough money? People don't know if they have enough money. There was a program out there I was seeking out and told, I said, listen, I have this much money, I have this. And I gave them all the information. They were going to put it into this calculator. And basically, I had to give them the information and I would get basically a one step answer. And this program cost over $5,000 to find out if I'm going to have enough money to the end of time. And I thought that's a lot of money. So I started searching and searching, and sure enough, I found something on the computer. I found actually two great programs. I'm going to make videos on both of them. And this video is, it's engagingdata.com. It is American platform because there's going to be some words in here that we don't recognize in Canada. But it's a great starter tool to see the light at the end of that tunnel. So I'm going to do an exercise here. Let's take a look at what we got here and see how we can use it and how you can benefit using this great platform called Engaging Data. So it's basically very simple. If let's just use a $2.5 million, and this is all the cash. This is RSPs, GICs, TFSAs, everything, combination of both spouses. Okay, we have both spouses. We're going to put in all our chips in the front of the table, and this is the cash that we're going to have. Now, there's some people that say, yeah, I only have 1.2 million, but we have a $1.5 million house that we only need to have a $600,000 house or a $500,000 house. So $1 million is going to go into our savings, and it's going to go here, there, and everywhere. Okay, that's great. So maybe that's a possibility there. But this first thing is the most important thing: spending per year. What are you going to spend per year? What is going to be that number? So, let's do $100,000. Okay, let's punch in 100,000. We'll start with there, and we'll just keep going. And you can see down here, it's very visual, and it's going to break down stuff. And let's just go through everything here. So we got the mortality table: great, average, poor. You pick your poison there. Spending flex. Let's not worry about this. This is a little bit more details. You can read more about that, but it doesn't change the needle as much as we want. So if we're $100,000, him and her, spouse, bringing in together, I think this is fair enough. 15% tax rate. You can change this to whatever you want. You can have what you need there. So you can use Wealthsimple and use that platform, and you can figure out what your average tax rate combination. Investment fees, folks, I'm going to maybe go circle back on this one. Investment fees are a lot of money, and you can see how much it's going to take away from your future. So I'll speak about that in 1 second here. Extra income. What is extra income? Well, extra income, is it CPP, old age security? This is for both spouses or just a single person. You punch in your number here. I punch in $45,000. Let's put in $40,000 for a year for both. And let's say we're at 50 years old and we want another 40 years to live till 90 years old, and we have a pretty good life expectancy. And I know nobody can tell what the future is going to bring here, but based on what your most calculated projection, put it in there, and God bless. Okay, so when you start off this program, it has you at 80% stock market. I think 20% in bonds. Bonds is like GIC, so that's a basically guaranteed percentage locked in. And we'll do this 10%, or we'll do 10% bonds, and then we'll do 10, and that's easy math there. And then we'll leave this alone here. We'll leave with the inflation rate. We got the $40,000 a year pensions, could be work pension, whatever, on top of this money that you have here, stashed away, doing what it needs to do in mutual funds, ETFs, stocks, whatever. And then let's go down here. Let's go down here. So let's just go down to age 75. We're just going to scroll right across. All right. So based on the data above here, we all punched in. At the age 75, when we started at 50, and 25 years later, we have a 34% chance of being dead. It's based on stats, okay? 0% chance of being broke. Like, you have no chance of being broke. But here's interesting, 27 plus 14 plus 24, over 60% of having the same, if not more, money from that 2.5 million. Very interesting. So that's 75 years old. And as you see, as you keep creeping up here and you keep spending $100 grand a year with inflation adjusted, you can see your chances of being dead go higher. That's just not you. It's the past of history. A 2% chance of being broke now, and then you have a 19, 20, 40. So we got a 50% chance of having the same, if not more, money of the 2.5 million. That's just based on the fluctuations of the markets, because we have an 80% chance of 80% of our portfolios are in the stock market. Let's, maybe if we change this to 50%, maybe the stock market is too risky, right? So we're going to put more into GICs, more guaranteed stuff, right? So we're going to do 30, we're going to do 40% of guaranteed stuff, okay? Boom. So what ends up happening when you do more guaranteed stuff, and let's get the age here. Oh, we got 1.8% chance of being broke, but you have a way bigger chance of being dead at the age of 80. Okay? This thing here, this is, what do you got? 31, you got 4, 44, 4, almost 50% chance of having the same or more money. So you're neck and neck being dead 50 or having more money, not the same of the amount that you have at 2.5 million. Amazing. You go to 85 years old, well, you got a 6% chance of being broke, a 67% of being dead. Okay? And then you said you're going to be at 90. Well, you're going to be dead at 90 because that's what you told yourself. But anyways, the long story short, we love to see this red go away. So you want a 0% chance of being broke. And, if you know that magic number is $100,000 a year, and maybe you need to come up with another $200,000, or maybe you need to kick this guy away and cut your expenses in half of your investment fees. And oh, look at that. Hey, did you see that? That red line? It went away. You have a 0.5% chance of being broke at the age of 89 by kicking your investment person to the curb. Let's go. There's some people that pay 2% investment fees. Oh, boy, it's creeping in down here in your 80s. You don't want to have no money in your 80s. You can't go back to work. It's over. So be very careful of this guy. I like my fees way below 50 basis points. I love my fees way below 50 basis points. Folks, play with this. You can take a picture, give scenarios. You need to have a plan. You need to have some vision. This is a great tool. I'm going to put the link at the bottom. Play with it. Have fun with it. This website's actually really cool. They got a lot of data figures in here. And take a look at it. Enjoy. Take care.